Alright, hello and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. As you can see, we're looking out at a courtyard full of carnage. We successfully found Hanush and Jobst, and we brought a bunch of allies to come and break the siege of Sukdal. Brabant is dead. We didn't lose anyone from our side as far as I know, as far as I can tell. Right now, we were asked to hone and sharpen Lord Hanush's sword, because it got pretty poorly damaged, pretty badly damaged in the fight, and we are able to go and talk to our numerous comrades after successfully winning the war, the battle, the siege. Let's talk to Musa first, see what's going on here.
I see you came through unscathed.
It is a miracle. Since meeting you, I've been taken prisoner, shot, almost executed, starved to death. I expected I would lose an arm, at least.
You saved me, I saved you. I kind of like that route.
I'd say we're quits, wouldn't you? You saved me in the Italian court, and now I saved you.
Is this your subtle way of suggesting I should leave?
What? No, I want you to stay. What?
No, that's not what I meant. I'll be glad if you stay with us. If you want to, that is.
I'm glad you will not forbid me from staying.
Absolutely not. Do you regret joining us?
Well then, you still don't regret joining
It's
us?
added to his giant list of
I regretted
adventures.
that from the first minute. friend.
Yeah.
I have successfully
Fair enough.
avoided situations like this all my life. But now and then,
It's
it
a
is
new
not
experience.
possible. And if I have to choose between a gilded cage with Sigismund or uncertainty here with you, my choice is clear.
A gilded cage or uncertainty. I'm not sure what his choice is, but he's here. He's here, right? So maybe that is his choice, right?
What were the last few days like? Did you lose a lot of men?
What is a lot? Even one death is more than enough.
Fair enough.
If you had not come, it would have been much worse.
Yeah, we came storming over the hills, Riders of Rohan style, Lord of the Rings. It was epic. It was an absolutely epic charge.
What's your plan now? Head out into the world again?
I would like to stay here for a while. All I have seen in your country is death. So now I want to discover its beauty. It is a pity Catherine cannot show me around. Keep her close, friend, or you will lose her to me.
I better be off.
It was good to see you, Henry. Very good.
Moose is attracted to our woman. That ain't right. Speaking of Catherine, let's see what she has to say about anything. After our night together on the walls during a siege.
Hi, I'm alright. Oh, thank God you came back safe and sound. You kept your word.
I said I would, didn't I?
We both know it could have ended badly.
No, it couldn't. I gave you my word, and I keep my word.
You liar.
I wanted you to be at least slightly happy. Are you happy?
I can never be happy again. It just isn't possible. There are things you can never unsee.
That's tough.
What do you mean? I tried to stop looking back. Look forwards.
If only I could.
You can. And admit it. You're happier than you were yesterday. Just a little. But you are, aren't you?
I am.
There we go. The sun breaks through the
We should
clouds.
chase those bastards away.
Thank you for that farewell. Yeah, I'll bring that up first. Of course I'll thank her for that farewell.
Thank you for the evening before my departure.
I was afraid. I thought it was the end.
So did I.
You lied to me.
Just a bit.
I'm not angry. It was nice.
I needed someone to share my burden. At least for a while.
So did I. Let's not talk about it. There's no need.
Trauma bonding. Little bit of trauma bonding just to get through it, you know? What were the last few days like for you?
Well, the last few days here in the fortress must have been awful. How did you get through them?
The same as everyone else, I suppose. I just try to stay alive. I we got hungrier and hungrier. But you forget about that after a while. You even get kind of used to seeing death at every step. The worst thing was
It's an awful thing to get used to.
that I'd never see you again.
Oh, well, I'm here. You're a wonderful woman.
I wanted to tell you that you're one of the bravest women I ever met.
Oh, come now.
No,
She
it's
is
true.
she is badass.
After all
Truly.
you've been through, never complained. And everything you've done for us, we couldn't have done it without you. I wouldn't be able to do it.
She was never afraid of stepping into the fire.
To know peace now. You deserve it.
What's come over you? Nobody ever said anything like that to me.
They should have, though.
Thank you. What did you mean, one of the bravest?
Of course she finds a way to twist it.
Someone from back home. I think you'd like her.
Probably talking about Teresa.
I'll tell you about her one day.
Teresa, Henry's girl back home that he's kind of fooling around on his adventures.
I killed Brabant.
Good.
Good.
Yes, good.
It's good he paid for what he did. It's good he can't harm anyone again. But I'm sad for every horrible deed we do to put right other horrible deeds. It's wrong. Even so, I think there was no other option.
And you're right. You have no idea how right you are.
And what's your plan now, Catherine? Where are you off to after all of this?
What's your plan now?
Now? The simple things in life. A
No.
long bath, a good meal, brush my hair.
I need all that as well. I was talking about the future. What will become of us?
Oh,
Us?
Catherine's gonna... Oh, wait.
Who knows? Maybe it would be good to have someone to hold me again when I go to sleep. But I've grown out of dreams. They hardly ever come true.
Maybe it'll come true this time.
What if they came true this time?
We'll see. Let it surprise me.
I'll have to go and see Hanish now.
So I heard. Farewell for now, Henry.
Okay. There's a possible future for Catherine and Henry. I thought bringing up that conversation would have ended things right then and there. I thought Catherine would have went her own way. There might be a future there. That's kind of exciting. Before I talk to Samuel, I kind of want to talk to Yannick and Yaroslav. They're chatting it up over here. Oh, sorry to interrupt, gentlemen. I can't even talk to you, but I ended your conversation. All right, just staring at me awkwardly. Okay, Sam, what's going on?
So, we made it, Sam.
Aye, we made it. But only just in time. And we lost the silver. That's what pisses me off the most.
I'm not exactly delighted either. But that's not why we did it. And we're alive.
That's true. But it could have gone very differently. I'm in your debt, Buddha. I'll never forget this.
What debt? You're my brother.
I personally was saying that Samuel will owe me for life if we got out of that all alive. It's a good point. Yeah, they're brothers. Like, it was the right thing to do. Maybe it's better that the silver's gone. Let's say Brabant's dead. I feel like Samuel cares more about that to some extent, even though he watched me kill him, but whatever.
Brabant is dead?
Genau. Though it's a huge pity I couldn't help you and could only watch. I still don't understand how anyone could have deceived me like that. Such a liar. It should have been obvious what he was like. Justice was done. Baruch Hashem.
Sounds good. All right. Reputation gained for that. Interesting.
Yeah, they took our silver. But maybe it's better that way. Fortunes lead to bad blood.
Well, I prefer if the Geld was in good hands. It could have helped. The king, our people, your people. But now the Prague rabble are going to share it. You're right, though. Maybe they'll quarrel over it and cut each other's throats.
Who even knows who's leading them right now? I'm not sure, like... I did the bonus thing to go and see what happened to Markvart. In this storyline, I have no idea what's happened to Markvart. I'm gonna go back to the village and I'm gonna investigate things where the Prague camp was set up. and where I was sneaking through. I'm gonna go back and investigate just to see what there is. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
What will you do now?
My mother in Colleen and all the others will need me. We'll make a new start there, and that'll be a lot of work. I don't
They'll be
know if
happy to see
anyone
you,
will
Sam.
return to Kuttenberg.
What about the Devil's Pack?
That was great, if you can call what we went through great. But I'm neither a warrior nor a mercenary.
And what will you do in Colleen?
What do you plan to do in Colleen?
Whatever's necessary. The same as in Kuttenberg, most likely. My people need someone who can stand up for them. Because there will always be some who want to put them down. That's life, nicht wahr?
I have to go now, Sam. Take care.
Sei gesund, sir.
All right. Good luck in Colleen, Sam. We may run into each other again one day. Who else may have a word out here? Doesn't look like anyone else is out here. They might be partying in the tavern and such. Janusz Kobienka's right here. Yeah, let's see what Janusz has to say.
Bit of bacon.
Oh, nothing. Nothing to say to Kobienka either. That's interesting that I can't talk to either of them. Huntsman de Broche, do you have anything to say? No? Knacker Wolfram's alive? Okay, well, it looks like everybody made it through this alive. That's kind of exciting. Godwin, Dry Devil, you gentlemen have anything to share?
Godwin, you're safe and sound.
Safe and sound, but absolutely knackered. These have been the longest few days of my life.
I bet. Yeah, I'm glad you survived, Godwin.
I'm glad you all came through it alive.
It was a close-run thing. We almost died of hunger, among other things. The fucking Praguers brought a trebuchet. They hit the tower, smashed the gate to pieces. And as you probably heard, we lost the silver from the Italian court.
We have our lives. That's what matters, you know? It's how did we lose the silver? I mean, we gave them the courtyard, and I think that's all I needed to take to be able to access the silver.
How did we lose the silver?
I don't know much about that, lad. We were cooped up in the fort at the time,
Yeah.
praying to God to save us. The silver's gone. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
Do you think it would have been better to give it to them in the first place and avoid all that?
There's no point thinking about that. Besides, it's highly likely they'd have betrayed us anyway. Von Berghoff and Brabant are swine of the highest order.
Yep. Yes, they are. Yeah, Henry wouldn't have had a clue that they shot at the castle with a trebuchet.
They shot at you from a trebuchet.
It's a match for the finger of God, I can tell you. Once they've got it aimed, it hits the same spot time and time again. It knocks down walls just like a bombard. Twice a year is quite enough for an experience like that.
How are you fighting skills after how were your fighting skills? Oh, blah, 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 English. How were your fighting skills after so many years?
I
mean,
didn't expect you'd have to brush
pretty
off your
well
fighting
honed,
skills
I would
because of
say.
us, did you?
That's true. I thought I'd find you in a tavern with some girls. Give you both a clip around the ear and drag you back home. And instead, this. But we survived. Praise be to God.
And thanks to you.
Come now. At least I had some excitement in my old age and saw home again. But I hope you won't give me any more trouble, and I can devote myself to drinking and other enjoyable pastimes.
There's more to ask about the battle. You can ask about them starving, I believe. Yeah, were you starving? Yes, they were starving. What will you do now?
What will you do now that it's all over?
I don't know. I thought I'd spend the bloody silver, but instead of that, we're as poor as church mice again. I reckon I'll stay at the Devil's Den a while if there's room for me. I quite like it around these parts.
That's kind of exciting. Wow. Wow, Godwin's gonna stay with the Devil's Pack for now.
So you'll stay with Zizka?
Well, it's not that I'm not fond of the bastard and the rest of them, but it's like this. I'd much rather drink with them than risk my neck again. Besides, I don't know if there's anyone worth risking my neck for, or if it would change anything anyway.
All right.
Take care then, Godwin.
God be with you, Henry.
I'm not gonna ask about the starving thing. Dry Devil, anything to say?
Sweet as honey, sharp as a razor. Just the way I like it.
All right. He just has something to comment about the booze. Power to him. Power to him. Drink your fill. Oh, Peep. Captain's wife, Gerda. Captain Frenzel. Why is your wife crying, Frenzel? I don't get to know. Okay, they're just hanging out. Here we go. Zhishka, what's going on, my dude?
Zhishka?
Henry, I'm glad you found the time.
What did you want to talk to me about?
About your future. I've commanded countless men, and no doubt I'll command many more. But you, Henry, you have something the others didn't. The heart of a real warrior. I know you're still in the service of Lord Perkstein and have duties to carry out in that regard, but I wanted to tell you, if that ever changed, I would be honored if you stood by my side as my right-hand man.
Wow. I have to stay with Capon. That is Henry's duty. He is Capon's bodyguard. Like, that is the whole role that Henry is filling. I feel like I should say I have to stay with Capon, because that is who Henry is. But I want to leave it open. Let's see how things turn out.
Well, let's see how things turn out.
Of course. We'll see what the future brings.
All right. Let's let him know I killed Brabant.
I found Brabant in the camp. He was torturing Sam. I killed him.
I'm glad you did. I haven't been betrayed like that for ages. Such a buffoon. I never realized what he was really like. Oh well, a lesson learned. At least he can no longer deceive anyone like he did us. After what he did to Ada, that's all he deserved.
Everybody's happy that I killed Brabant, it would seem. What are your plans now? Let's see what he has to say about the silver. I mean, I don't think... We've asked everybody. Let's ask Zhishka too.
I hear we lost the silver.
They got to it yesterday. If only you'd arrived one day sooner. What can we do? I reckon God wanted us to stay poor. We'll have to look for a way to make a living like we used to.
What did you think of the battle?
What did you think of the final battle?
Nothing. I didn't see much of it. But even through the fortress walls, I could hear they didn't have a chance against you.
You could tell that by what you heard.
I hear the grass grow. I can find my way just by listening, with eyes closed if necessary. That comes in very handy when you're captured and blindfolded.
Was Zhishka captured and blindfolded? I'm a little confused.
What are your plans now?
Now, let's celebrate our victory properly. Then we'll go back to the Devil's Den and get some rest. I'll leave any further negotiations to Jobst and Radzig, but it's not over yet. The King and Prokop of Luxembourg are still prisoners, and it's hard to say whether Sigismund will want to release them. Maybe we'll have more work to do. That's why I'd like to have you close by.
To me, working with Zhishka in the war efforts kind of seems like a step up than being Hans's bodyguard. Although I am I have sworn to protect Hans. Like, that is Henry's duty. That is who he is. That's how we got into this mess in the first place. I feel like I have to stay true to that to some extent. I'm gonna hone Hanush's sword, and then before I go give it back to him, I'm gonna go explore the Prague camp. Alright, let's see. Oh, this sword is really bitten up on the sides, you can see. Oh, there we go. You can see it kind of fixing as I grind away. Should be there, almost. Maybe.
Sharp as a razor.
There we go, Lord Hanush. Your sword is good to go. Give the sword back to Hanush. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the village, like I said, and I kind of want to see if there's anything left behind. Brabant said that Markvart would die of his wounds. I know where to go to find Markvart's hut, and I kind of want to... Oh, are these all the dead guys from the cavalry charge? Wow. Some of them are still alive. Let's just, I'm just gonna... Yeah, just gonna... Yeah. Yeah, just put him out of his misery. Take any groschen that he has. See what else is going on here. Oh yeah, we can loot all these guys. You can't loot anybody in the castle courtyard, but all these guys are free game. I hear another guy groaning in this mess. Is this guy alive? No, he just passed out when I walked over. Alright. 20 groschen on each of them. It would probably be... that would make sense. Alright, let's go see what's going on in the remnants of this camp. It looks like we burnt a lot of the village down.
Should go back.
I should go back? Why should I go back? Why should I go back? I have stuff to investigate. Fine, I'll go give Hanush back his sword. I'll try and go and look through the camp after I give back the sword. If that's possible. If I'm about to, like, be let go from service because Hans is getting some kind of promotion, he's, like, in the eyes of nobility,
Henry, have you sharpened my sword?
I will 100% go and join Zishka and be his right-hand man and help him win the war efforts. Okay, Hanush.
Henry.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Let's do this.
Let's take a look at it.
Good as new.
Good work, Henry. You're a blacksmith through and through.
Thanks, sir.
So now, to the reason I wanted to talk to you. As you no doubt know, there's a big change in store for Hans. He's getting married.
He has to get married.
Congratulations.
Has to, wants to, it doesn't matter. He's going to.
Huh.
As you can see, he's none too pleased.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not really surprised. If he can't choose his wife.
Exactly.
Henry, I realize you're not familiar with the business of arranged marriages among the nobility. So don't poke your nose in. Nobody's forcing you into one. It's clear that if it were up to him, he'd keep putting off the wedding in the hope I'd change my mind. But I won't. I've given my word to Lord Botsek of Kunstad, and I don't break my word. So your job, Henry, when the time comes, is to make sure the wedding actually takes place. And if our young lord refuses, you have my permission to drag him kicking and screaming to the altar if need be. After all, who else should take care of him other than the young lord's squire, eh?
Yeah, I'm Hans's squire, like he just said, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, like, be relieved of my duties and go help Zishka.
That's right. Who else? I'll make sure he doesn't run away or something.
Excellent. Agreed.
And when is it supposed to happen?
You'll find out in good time. In the meantime, stay in these parts till Butchek and I arrange all the details with Herald.
I thought we were going back to Rasai.
We'd just be losing time. I'll give you coin so you can find decent quarters and have enough to live on. Radzig also agrees you'll stay with Capon as his right-hand man.
All right.
Okay.
Where is my father, in fact?
Yeah, I
Somewhere
have
in
to stay with
fields
Hans.
outside the village. He took his unit to rout the last of the Pragas. They should be back around now, I reckon. You could go to meet him. He'll definitely be pleased to see you. He'll want to hear how you fared today. And he won't be disappointed if you ask me. Go with goddamn. And don't forget what we said.
Safe journey, Hanush. And send my regards to Bernard.
Unfortunately, Hans didn't like me saying that I'll drag him kicking and screaming. Like, I agreed to Hanush's wishes that when the time came, I would help get Hans to the marriage altar. I did just see that we are supposed to go find Von Aulitz, so I'm gonna go to the camp. Although, back to the Hans thing with the marriage, I'm trying to look at the bigger picture. There's duties at play. I understand the whole arranged marriage thing. Hans has something to live up to. And I know he has desires to go mess around and be free, as it were. But it's time to grow up, you know? It's time to grow up. What's going on here? Are these just looters? Like, are these... These are good guys. Okay, these are our soldiers. I'm curious if I can loot Brabant now. If his body is still where it is, I'm gonna go find... Oh. Pushed into a cutscene. Everyone's getting looted. What a mess. I'm not sure why I got pushed into a cutscene. I was trying to go look around the camp. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, I will reload because this was unexpected. Not that I want to reload saves, like, but I feel like I'm missing out on something if I don't get the chance to go see Markfart. I bet you're exhausted, Henry. Oh, what's this?
The story is ended.
Oh, it's Martin.
So, are you happy now?
Oh, is that his mom, too? Would that be Henry's real mother? If Radzig never claimed Henry as his son, is this someone that Radzig would have messed around with to bring Henry about, and then Martin and her raised Henry? Is that the case? Questions, questions? I don't really... Am I happy with how things have all gone? Everyone's alive. Yeah. Yeah. Catherine. There might be a future with Catherine. Zizka wants us to be his right-hand man. Hans. We're still Hans's bodyguard, his squire.
I'm
yeah.
happy. Victory is ours.
But at what price?
War is a dirty business. No one has the power to change that.
It's
I didn't
true.
understand that before. But I do now.
I know that feeling. I tried to tell you about it. But I reckon there are some things you've got to figure out for yourself.
For instance, revenge.
Should I have sat back and done nothing? After everything that happened?
Whatever you did, it was your decision.
It's right that you dealt with Istvan tough. To hell with the sword, but that bastard had it coming. But I'm a little afraid that revenge might have become the only thing you care about. Why dirty your hands with the likes of Brabant?
He chose his path. We can't reproach him for that.
But sometimes it's better not to play by their rules. Better not to be like them. And turn the other cheek.
I do agree that we stooped to a level to deal with Brabant, but there are things like he killed a friend and he betrayed us. He turned coat. I will repent.
You're right, Father. There was too much lust for revenge in me. To tell the truth, I'd rather just forget all about it.
Do you remember the advice I gave you the last time we were together?
You said it doesn't matter how many people I kill, because I can never change what happened. And you also asked if I feel better. To tell the truth, no. I don't.
Maybe you'll change your mind one day.
Maybe.
You accepted war, And war accepted you.
I wouldn't say I had any choice, Father.
But you killed innocent people, more than once. Malashov, Samin. How could you do such a thing?
I want to say there was nothing else I could do. But I know that's probably the wrong thing to say. Like, it was a matter of circumstances that Henry found himself in. It was like a domino effect. I could have fought against the devil in Malashov. I could have tried to prevent the raid of that village. Samin was out of the question, though. I don't think we could have prevented Samin.
Well, it still haunts me. But what could I do? I had to choose the lesser of two evils. And even if I'd stopped it, people would still have died. Just different people.
Yeah.
All right. You avenged an evil act. But you behaved like a bandit. Plundering and robbing poor wretches. Oh, my son.
Looking back, I did rob. I did... Killing innocents, though? I don't know if I killed too many innocents besides the Malashov incident, and I wasn't... I might have swung my sword at a couple of villagers, but I wasn't going around murdering people as outside of that instance. I stole from people. I think that's the worst of it, because the rest of it was under war efforts. If I'm remembering correctly, there was a purpose. There was a objective to it all. It wasn't senseless.
There was no other way. We just had to win. And sometimes, to achieve victory,
Life or death.
you have to use every possible means.
Why lie to yourself, Henry? Where did all that evil in you come from?
Am I lying to myself? This feels very unsatisfactory.
No, don't leave.
Are they disappointed in me?
You trampled everything I taught you underfoot.
Oh,
You've turned into
no.
the very thing you wanted to take vengeance against. You're just like Istvan.
Oh.
Farewell.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
So, this time it seems it really is the end.
Father.
You did it. You got them. Toth, Van Owlitz. Even that damned scavenging ginger fox is gone.
Radzig doesn't
Mother and
seem
Martin
to...
would surely be proud of you.
I don't... this is
Perhaps.
awkward.
In a way.
Of course they would. You avenged them. You prevented a war. You saved a lot of people, and after all that, you're still in one piece. That's not a bad performance for an ordinary bastard.
I like
You've
this
succeeded
interaction
in
way
getting
more.
that adventurous sword of ours back.
I think this is the deciding moment. Whose sword is it?
Your started with this. Martin truly was a brilliant blacksmith.
It's a great sword.
It sings so nicely. But it's not singing for me.
It's Henry's sword.
It's yours, son.
And he just called Henry son. Okay, this feels way more redeeming than my conversation with Martin and Mother. Wow, wow, wow. There's a different path that Henry has been called to. There's a different route.
Now we'll get on with life. Do you remember what I told you?
There are bigger
There
things.
are some things in the world worth living for. Blue skies, warm sunshine, green grass underneath your feet, beautiful girls,
Good wine, good people, and a fine steed underneath your backside, yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. I can assure you nothing lasts forever. And if you're missing that excitement now, which I'm sure you are, you can be certain that it'll find us again itself one day.
Oh, is that hints at a sequel? At another one?
There are interesting times still ahead of us.
Is this hinting at a third game? I would love that.
By the way, that buxom lass that you were with?
She's old enough to be my mother.
So what? I think you could do with a bit of mothering. Besides, a well-built lass like that, she'll see you through the hardest of times.
Hey, that's amazing. Great game. Great game. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that ending. That's amazing. Roll credits. That was 10 out of 10. I'd like no joke. I loved this game. This was absolutely fantastic. Warhorse, you made a masterpiece that is replayable. The story is addicting. It's really well made. I loved the combat. I love the scenery. I love the characters. I think this is amazing. This game deserves every award coming its way. I am excited to see where things go with DLC. I'm excited to see if there's a third game in the works, potentially, maybe, eventually. Amazing. Amazing. I have no words. I'm a little iffy on how things went with my conversation with Martin. I'm curious if it can go any other way. They're not very happy with how I handled anything. I think the Malashov decision to raid that village was kind of like a nail in the coffin sort of thing. But I'm curious if I chose to completely regret all of my actions, would it have gone a different way? Would they have preferred that out of me? Would Martin have preferred me to just sit there and whine about all of the things that I did to prevent a war, to get revenge for their murder? And they're judging me for avenging the friends I made along the way with Brabant. They're like, I'm iffy on it. There are points to argue. But I understand and appreciate what they're trying to say through it all of it. Like, I didn't have to kill Brabant. I could have let him live, but everybody else who is alive and, like, continuing with their lives and living and having to deal with the war as it is, how it stands, like, there's still things to solve. King Wenceslas is still in prison. Like, there's life moves on. And Henry is going to have to be friendly and deal and interact with these people who are all alive, whereas Martin and his mom, like, they're sitting back and judging. That's what it is. While they're in the safety and sanctity of heaven or wherever they are in the afterlife. I'm sitting here trying to reason with it all. I do not regret how I pursued things. I do think the Malashov incident could have gone a different way. But I still stand by the fact that the Dry Devil and Zhishka have a way of doing things, and they carried it out. And frankly, it worked. We got Von Bergov out of it. That was the intention out of all of it. I like how the cast, props to everybody in the cast. I think the characters were absolutely amazing. Particularly fond of Henry himself. Henry was a great character. I think the voice actor did a fantastic job. I missed his name, and I apologize for that. Kubienka was a great character. Godwin is a great character. Adder was funny. Zhishka, really cool. And I know that a lot of these people are based off of real life knights and historical figures. Like the Dry Devil is a real person. Zhishka is a real person. The kings are obviously real people. It's amazing. It was great. Tom McKay. Tom McKay is Henry. Beautiful. I'm tempted to go back and try and talk to Martin again. I'll like reload a save. And I missed out on finding Von Owlitz too. Like I walked too far through the camp, obviously. I wanted to go find Brabant, and I just that was I was, can I loot Brabant, and that caused me to go 2 steps too deep towards the tree where we found and talked to Radzig and Martin and everybody. I was informed that there are end credit scenes, so that's why I'm still here waiting and trying to see what's going on.
No. I'm telling you, Dry Devil is a hell of a marksman. I'd bet my right arm that, drunk as he is, he could still hit anything you care to point out. Remember Von Owlitz? No, you really bet your right arm. In fact, I will go further. Hinek. Fellow who shot an apple off someone's head. Was it Walter?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, come on.
Shut up! You're wasted. Never seen you this bad.
Oh, this is stupid.
This will go down in history.
They're gonna have Dry Devil shoot an apple off Zhishka's head. Oh god. This seems very stupid. He just shot him in the eye! He just shot Zhishka in the eye! Oh my god. I have read a little bit of history, and I know that Zhishka in real life was blind. If that is actually how it happened, wow. There's a couple of things I want to go see again. There's a couple of things I want to look through again. So many people involved with this game. So many people involved with this game. All of them deserve special thanks. Absolutely. Alright, here we go. I believe we are about to see the final cutscene of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Here we go. Can we get a hint at a evening after the Italian court robbery? King Sigismund?
What is it?
Oh, is this King Sigismund finding out that all of his silver's been stolen?
Sire, I bear news from the Italian court. There's been a robbery.
What?
Apparently Margrave Yob's people, they freed the hostages and stole all the silver and vanished.
Oh. Is he gonna kill the messenger?
All our silver?
Oh god.
All of it. But that's not all, sire. Word has come that Jobst is mustering an army and is planning to go to the aid of Kuttenberg.
Oh, that treacherous little whore.
His reaction is a little low-key.
That snake.
Here we go. He's gonna blow up.
That fucking turncoat! Get out!
I thought he was gonna kill the messenger or hit the messenger. He said get out.
What are you still standing there? Spit it out!
Sire,
Oh no. Oh no.
Ladislaus of Naples, he's declared himself king of Hungary and
Oh,
lays
God.
claim to your lands. He landed at Zadar with an army.
Anything else?
Well, your Cumans plundered the estates of the House of Wallstein. The widow Anna is demanding compensation.
Compensation? Compensation she wants. That little widow? And how are we supposed to pay that when there's no one even capable of guarding our treasury in the middle of fucking town?
Oh my god.
Anything else?
No, sire, that's all, sire.
Wow. Wow, yeah. Get out while you can.
Fucking country!
There was a cat in the room? I heard a cat meow. Why is she crying? There's Markvart. This was a while ago.
I'm going back to Hungary.
Wow.
Get packed immediately and give the orders.
Sire, how am I to pay the wages of the Prague troops?
Do you know what happened to our silver from the Italian court?
I do.
Then fucking get it back. Give it to the Pragas for all we care. Do whatever you like with this accursed Czech silver.
But sire, I would need something to...
Yeah, you're on your own, Von Atlas, clearly. I have to go back. I have to load saves back anyway. The end. You've completed the main story of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Sokdal is liberated, and the Wenceslas forces under the command of Jobst of Luxembourg and Razig Kabila march to Prague. The pro-Sigismund coalition has fallen apart, and Otto von Bergau's Praggers are negotiating a truce. Together with Zizek's band, you are back in the Devil's Den. If you wish, you can return to completing the unfinished side quest in exploring Kuttenberg and Trotsky regions. Look at us go. What a fantastic game. What a fantastic game. Alright, I'm gonna load back saves, and I want to go see Von Aulitz, and I want to kind of redo the conversation with Martin, just to... Oh, wait. Maybe we can see if there's a future with Catherine before we load back saves. But I also want to see if I can see if there's a different ending to the conversation with Martin. However, where's the sword? Where's Henry's sword? Do I get that back? Where's Henry's sword? Where's Radzig's Hobula's sword? Alright, I just read something, and apparently since the Barber update, there's a weird glitch with Radzig's sword where it disappears at the end of the game, depending on how you approach things. So, I guess I'm out of luck with seeing whether or not it turned into Henry's sword. I'm gonna load back saves. Okay. I'm not gonna walk too far this time. I gotta go find out what happened to Von Owlitz. Interact there, and I also want to see if I can't get a different ending by saying I'm sorry a bunch. I'm not sorry at all. I like the original ending I got, because it seems like Radzig accepts who his son is and says that he did a good job. Says that he likes Catherine. Hands me back the sword like it's mine. Here we go. Here's Von Owlitz's encampment, his area.
Prager's dead commander is inside. I've had a message sent to Yost, so don't worry about it.
Alright. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, I wasn't supposed to go looking for Brabant. Even though I never got to loot him, which is an issue. Oh, he died in his bed. Here he is.
I spent all this time chasing you, and you die in your sleep. I had other plans for you. Well, at least I don't have to get my hands dirty. But anyway, you'll burn in hell forever for what you did.
Alright. Von Owlitz is just dead. He died of his wounds. And, it looks like there's nothing to loot in here. You'll see in the bonus episode that this room is absolutely filled to the brim with treasure. And it looks like it's been picked clean by all the looters. Understandably so. Like, there was thousands of groschen in this room. One of the only things you can pick up is a Hungarian Knight Shield in here. That's interesting. It does look like he died reading a letter from his wife, which is kind of, you know, alright for him. Alright, let's go see if I can't change this conversation around, or it is what it is. I am satisfied with the original ending I got. I'm gonna skip forward to it. Let me say I don't really know.
Happy? I don't really know. We may have won in the end, but the road to victory was hard.
So you realize the price you had to pay?
War is a dirty business. No one has the power to change that.
Which is the same thing that I said the first time. I said I was happy.
I do now.
I know that feeling. I tried to tell you about
earlier.
It, but I reckon there are some things you've got to figure out for yourself.
For instance, revenge.
Should I have sat back and done nothing? After everything that happened?
Whatever you did, it was your decision.
It's right that you dealt with Istvan tough. To hell with the sword, but that bastard had it coming. But I'm a little afraid that revenge might have become the only thing you care about. Why dirty your hands with the likes of Brabant?
He chose his path. We can't reproach him for that.
But sometimes it's better not to play by their rules. Better not to be like them. And turn the other cheek.
I want to say they deserved it this time.
The other cheek? They deserved it. I must have sworn 1,000 times never to turn a blind eye to evil, let alone run from it. And that's what guided my actions.
You behaved as your conscience dictated. Nobody can reproach you for that.
You chose a different path than I'd like, but I'm not the one to judge you. I hoped you wouldn't make the same mistakes as me. But I suppose it's the times you live in. You accepted war, and war accepted you.
I wouldn't say I had any choice, Father.
But you killed innocent people, more than once. Malashov, Samin. How could you do such a thing?
I made a mistake. Okay, let's repent. Let's regret.
They died because of me. They didn't do anything wrong. I'll never forgive myself for it.
All right. You avenged an evil act.
No, it sounds like
But you behaved like a bandit.
it sounds like I've got the
Plundering and robbing poor wretches.
they don't
Oh,
like how
my
I handled
son.
things, regardless of how I handled this. Regardless of what I say.
Sorry. It would never have happened if I wasn't in such a bind. I'll pray for God's forgiveness.
Well, I suppose you're right. On the scales of good and evil, maybe the good you did outweighs the evil.
You should hope the Almighty will understand and give you a chance to make amends.
Nothing's black and white. Sometimes you have to make tough decisions in life. And God alone can judge whether you made the right ones. But in the end, you did it. You're a hero. You saved your friends. Capon, Rosa, the Jews, the whole of Sugdol, and Samuel, your brother.
Not exactly.
True. Almost brother.
That is
Glad you two became friends.
his mother, okay.
Why didn't you tell me about Samuel?
Because I didn't know. I just had an inkling. They took Sarah away on account of me, and I had no idea where to look for her.
You can be proud of him.
It seems this chapter of your life is over. You're a grown man now. What's he going to do?
Okay, this conversation has opened up a little bit more. They totally closed me off the last time. So I had to apologize for that, and then it opens this part of the conversation. I feel like Henry should live a life of adventure. That's just who he is, right? That's what calls to me the most. That is what calls to me the most. Although I could settle down and start a family with Catherine. That could be good too. Oh, I'm torn. I'm torn. I feel like Henry's an adventurer.
I'll stick with Hans Capon.
Hell yeah.
I want to see a bit of the world. Learn things. Have more adventures.
Yep.
I don't want to be stuck in some hole in the woods.
One day you'll realize that's exactly what you want.
One day.
They wanted me to settle down and start a family.
Time will tell.
Well, whichever way your path leads, take my advice. Watch out for that Eric. I don't think he's going to forget you anytime soon.
He's still alive out there.
I won't forget him either.
Well,
I kicked his ass. I'm not too concerned about Eric. This seems like a much better send-off. Well, we're about to find out if they just get up and leave without saying anything. No, they wait for Henry this time.
Farewell, Henry.
God go with you, son. I've a feeling you've got a lot ahead of you.
Will I ever see you again?
Who knows?
We've had so little time for each other.
Good luck.
They just wanted me to to feel worse about what I did. That's all this was. And that's where they give me their blessing, essentially, to continue living the life that Henry is living. Which I think is kind of what I argued earlier. I understand that Henry has a path. Like, there's more to be done. There's still a war at play. There's still people to deal with, essentially. There's a war to end. Which is what I was saying earlier. However, Henry's parents didn't see it that way, given what dialogue options I chose. They just wanted me to say I'm sorry more.
This time it seems it really is the end.
And this is all the same. This ending seems to be the same.
After all that, you're still in one piece.
I just want to see if Radzig gives it to Henry again. Which would make it Henry's sword. Like, it's no longer Radzig Kabula's sword, it's Henry's sword. Just say it doesn't sing for you. It sings for Henry. It's his sword. It's his adventure. Yep. Alright, he gives it to Henry still.
It's yours.
I was too defiant with Martin. That was it. Like, I kind of shrugged him off with his, like, look what you did. Oh my gosh, repent. Oh my gosh, look what you did. I shrugged him off too much. I was like, what could I have done? That was my take earlier.
Remember what I told you? That there are some things in the world worth living for.
It was too on the fence, I guess.
Sunshine, green grass underneath your feet.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. This game's great. I will be playing the DLC in the future whenever they come out. So I will see you then. And I thank you very, very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.